You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Great to be with you again on Locked On Texas Tech on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, sometimes even twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. It's portal season, so you never quite know what the day could bring with Chris Level. I'm Casey Cowan, dropping in with what looks like it will be an addition up front along the offensive line for Texas Tech. And Chris, you and I last left off talking about some entries into the transfer portal, but a piece of some sort. I want to discuss that with you, where he might fit in. Going to be added, it sounds like, to the offensive line picture for Texas Tech in the form of Hunter Zambrano. What can you tell us about Hunter and how it came to be?
Yeah, so he's. I think this is an initial target for Texas Tech. I think that when the portal window opened, I think it's probably changed some sense, but at the initial entry of what you had and lists being put out there and all that, he was one of the top offensive linemen available at the initial onset of the portal window opening from Illinois State. I think he's got 1 year left to play, 6'5", 300. This is a guy that garnered a lot of Power 4 interest, a lot. And I think that his value to you is that I think he can play all 5 positions. And so you've got some position flex there with him. He is somebody that missed most of this season because of an injury. However, this is somebody that the Senior Bowl and a lot of the folks that put draft grades together felt like he had some grades that he could have, had he come out, he would have been a late round pick. That's not guaranteed, but that's something that there was a lot of that chatter out there. So if you can go get what you feel like is a late round type pick guy and for 1 year, yes. But I feel like he will be somebody that is either your right tackle or right guard next year. And I bet you can't even say what he'll be just because you're not really sure what else you're trying to get done or what you will get done. But he will factor in, I bet, on the right side of the line, either at tackle or on the interior. I think most are going to say to you, he's a guard, to which they came into this deal going, we need an interior guy. You've got Vinny Scurry at left guard. You've got Sheridan Wilson at center. You are going to go get a left tackle. And then you need a right guard or right tackle. And you've still got, remember, we keep talking about, do you need 2 to 3 offensive linemen in the portal? Do you need 3 to 4? I mean, does it get even more than that? Do you get 4 to 5? I mean, so I think you have fixed one of your potential weaknesses here, and you've addressed something, and you're just getting started at this. But you've added a starter here, one that's got some versatility, and I think that's important to note because it gives Clay McGuire now some options, and we can do some different things, and then we're protected because of that position flex with a guy like Hunter Zambrano out of Illinois State. I feel like we're doing a draft recap or something, but yeah, this is who you have landed on now. As Joey says, what's next?
That's right. Was there a natural connection here? Did they just identify him as somebody they liked, or do you know about the relationship background?
I think his versatility, I think that his grades, his analytic, I mean, all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know. There may be one. There may be like, yeah, we knew this person and we talked to that. This one I'm not really super familiar with as far as he's in the portal. We're shopping. Let's go to this. Let's go to the Hunter Zambrano store and let's purchase one. And I think that's what they have done.
All right. Good stuff. And it's fun to see an addition made up front along the offensive line. And I'm sure really the first or maybe just an early portion of what will be a continued big dose of action there with that position group. Chris, appreciate a little bonus time dropping in for this edition in the form of Hunter Zambrano, man. And we'll see you for the next one, whenever that may be.
Guns up.
Get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode, particularly one like this when good things are happening for the Red Raiders. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks for the time, and we hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.